Hello, this is James from CVG and I am joined by Matt.
Hello.
And we are here to give you a preview of Resident Evil 6 played in split-screen co-op mode. We've put together all three campaigns here because they play very much like the single-player campaign, which you can see our preview of by clicking here. But Matt, how did you find playing in co-op?
I was a little bit unsure to start with. I didn't play much Resi 5 co-op, and that initial sort of split-screen setup is a little bit jarring. But overall, I think it was all right. I think I'm going to sort of hold out for the final product because we are playing on preview code. But from what I played of 6 and the sort of the brief bits that we played, there were elements in it that I think look pretty good. And it's sort of the way that it forces you to work together and sometimes deliberately splits you up and stuff could be an interesting mechanic if it's used right. At the moment, I'm feeling a little bit like it's a little bit too QTE heavy, and it can get really frantic, especially on like this what we're seeing here, the sort of snowy levels with Sherry. But generally, yeah, I mean, I want to see more of it. But
I mean, we were playing it together, and yeah, those snow bits do make it quite hard to see. But I mean, the bits where you have to help each other out are quite good. Sharing health seems to work reasonably well once we've figured out how to do it.
That was one problem, that it seems that whenever you pick something up, when you put it in your sort of your briefcase for immediate use, it doesn't seem that easy to pull it back out and share it with other people if you can do it at all. So you sort of share things as you pick them up, which makes sort of coexisting together a little bit difficult, and the general lack of ammunition in the game means that it's a bit of a scramble for bullets.
Now, out of the three campaigns we did here, we've just seen one of the puzzles there. There were a couple of them that we ran into. Do they work as a co-op dynamic?
It feels really forced. I felt like the bits we did, you had to find statues, and you had to find two statues and put them on like a plinth together. And if one of you puts your statue down, you're then locked into like a camera watching the other person walk around the level and trying to find the right place to put it, which is fine, but it feels like it's sort of ushering you into playing in a certain way. Which I guess to a point, Resident Evil's always been about like giving you kind of rigid boundaries, but for a modern game, especially one that's so action heavy, it does jar a little bit when suddenly you stop playing and you're forced to watch your co-partner shuffle around a church trying to find a place to put a statue of the Madonna. And this bit as well can just get really confused when it gets particularly busy, and I think the general narrative isn't strong enough to sort of kind of push you through and make you feel like you're doing something for a specific purpose, so sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating. But again, this is early days, so I think maybe we'll see more of it make more sense when you play the whole thing through together.
I think in single player, I mean, you run out of ammo in single player, and playing it together makes it even harder to manage that ammo. But overall, what do you think of the co-op stuff? I still can't work out if it's been designed for co-op or single player, because both of them have their merits and disadvantages.
I mean, the bits when you're in two completely different places, like the bit where Chris is on sort of the top of the tank and Piers is in there, that feels quite cool when you're seeing genuinely different perspectives. But other bits definitely don't feel like they're sort of bespoke content. They feel like they're a little bit tacked on.
Okay, well, as I said, that is our preview, so wait and see as we get closer to release for more content, and we'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Resident